is about creating alien plants on an alien planet called Theia. And then once they create their plants using different parts that we give them, like heads and stem types, and they can create different types of plants, like flowers or trees, then after they're done, they'll be able to place their plants in an open environment of 3 different locations, that being a mountain forest area, an Arctic area, and a desert area. They'll be able to watch their plants grow over time.
I think the project's going very well. You know, we're collaborating, we're working together. We're having a good time while doing it, you know. We're not just kind of sitting there, just kind of on our laptops, you know, like not talking to each other. You know, we're actually having a good time. And you know, I think one of the biggest things was, you know, we actually concepted and had to we felt like a team. And I think the concepting stage of Fuse is the best part, you know. Like everybody's coming up with ideas, throwing ideas back and forth, but now is where it gets to the stuff where it comes to the real world, and we actually have to apply our our skills to actually this project and start grinding out and scheduling and planning everybody's schedule around the whole team.
I'm Joe Weaver. I'm working on the UI and UX of the project. I'd say it's going pretty well, honestly, because we have most of the buttons pretty much finished, and we're still working on how it's going to be laid out, but so far I'd say it's going pretty well. My biggest problem so far is just a personal one. I'm not used to working with a team on UI, but I'm getting used to it.
How I feel wise, I really enjoy this project. I've always liked genetics and creating things, so this fits right into my own interests. In here we have all our beginning sketches, and most of them done by me, of what we thought our project was gonna look like. For example, we have all these accessories for what we think the plants might have coming off of them. I think we've made a lot of good progress. I feel like we may even be ahead of the milestone we're supposed to be on, which I think is a good thing, because it means that maybe we'll be able to fit in a couple things that we were worried we might not be able to fit in.
I feel like we've been learning a lot of lessons, as it were. It started exceptionally well. I think there was a lot of turmoil with other teams that we were kind of hearing about, and that we were glad that we were all kind of on the same creative, full steam ahead sort of brainstorm train. That lasted for a while, but now we're starting to hit points where full-scale discussion and brainstorming just isn't working. So we're starting to specialize, and I feel like, that transition has been ever so slightly rocky, but overall, I think we're, starting to get in our groove. I'm essentially helping with production alongside Shane. I'm working in the 491 class. I think that's the code for that, but we're working with a bunch of the other teams kind of in tandem, getting some feedback from other teams, as well as David, who's helping us kind of coordinate our efforts and make sure we meet certain deadlines and goals that we set for ourselves.
Okay, so it's AstroFactz. It's a VR AR experience where you have broken artifacts in an international space museum, and you're supposed to put it together. It's 3D pieces, and it's like a puzzle, so you put it together.
What's your role on the team?
I am the team lead, so I coordinate everyone and make sure we're on track. That's about it. It's been good. I'm excited for it. After we got to go see the Z-Space at the museum last Friday, it brought a new energy to us because we haven't touched it at all. And that's our whole project is based in the Z-Space technology, that's AR, VR that comes out of the screen. So it's nice to go see it, and it's giving us new ideas, new inspiration. Overall, just really good right now.
Introduce yourself. What do you work on?
I'm Jake. I'm a junior game design major, and I'm the programming lead for the project. I guess a lot, earlier we were having trouble getting the Z-Space. There's a miscommunication between a couple people in the department. There's some people saying we have a Z-Space tablet in the department, and then there was no, we don't. So it turns out we didn't really have a Z-Space, so that kind of was most of the first semester was us struggling trying to get information about the Z-Space and how we're gonna get to use it. But we have that all figured out now. We sorted out, we figured out how it's going on, and we got the Z-Space ordered, so I think we're doing a lot better.
What's the Z-Space tablets?
The Z-Space is like a tablet thing with these I guess AR glasses that you put them on and project the objects on the screen like a 3D space.
So, introduce yourself. What do you do on the project?
Hello, my name is Ellie Kramer. I am the lead artist for AstroFactz. So far I'm feeling pretty good about what we've been able to accomplish art-wise. My team of artists seems to be pretty productive and producing a lot of really nice stuff, and it's been a real process learning how to like coordinate our different art styles because we all have different ones, but like I think we've slowly kind of gotten to know each other like over time, and that's made it easier for us to kind of agree on a consistent looking style.
What's the art looking like so far?
We kind of have sort of a cartoon style going, especially for the two characters that the player interacts with as they make their artifact. The backgrounds have planned to be more of a painterly look, though we're starting to try to decide whether we're going to have 2D or 3D backgrounds at the moment, but that's kind of the style the concept illustrations have so far.
So I'm Scott Selke. I am one of the 3D modelers on AstroFactz. So far I've made the alien blender, and I assume I'll get more work, and right now I need to work on textures for the 3D model. The project's going great, honestly. Everyone's been doing really good. Kimberly, our lead, has been like a very good go-getter, I guess. She's been a very good leader. Will Bennington, he's also been a very good leader. He's kind of stepped up, definitely. And Ainsley, our UX and UI lead, she's been very nice on the project and just like leading us in a very good direction, I feel like.
I'm Jessica Barthelt. I'm leading Mismatched Mayhem, which is a 2D arcade game where players basically get to create monsters from a random assortment of different body parts of different creatures. And then once those creatures are created, they basically get to watch their creations fight until there is one winner.
What are you guys working on right now? Where are you at in the development process?
Currently it is getting everything perfected with the AI for the battle system that we have. Making like the actual monster creation portion has been going well. A lot of it currently is also refining the artwork because currently it's in, but not everything is scaled correctly, so the monsters look a little weird.
So what's your name?
My name is Andrew T.
Andrew T, and you're the UX lead for this?
I am. I actually don't get that many opportunities to lead, so this is definitely kind of a first, at least in a while for me. The most difficulty I really have is just making sure that I'm actually doing certain things correctly, getting some input from my other teammates, or just generally struggling to figure out like when do we all meet together. But we are trying to get that fixed.
What does the UX look like in this? What is it like to build this?
Basically what we do is we work on the user interface, of course, of the game, and that extends to not just while the game is going on, but also more accurately, while the main like gameplay portion of the game is going on, but also like leading up to that gameplay portion. So that includes character creation, title screen, stuff like that.
So currently I feel pretty confident in the project. I feel that we've made a lot of progress over the past couple months. As the programming lead, I've definitely helped other programmers in the group kind of build their skills as well, kind of show them some things that I've done towards the project and kind of explain what I did.
So your game is all about really mismatching different parts of characters to create your own battle character, is that right?
Yep.
So how is it from a programming standpoint to program all those different things and make them fit together?
So it's definitely a lot of time to kind of put all the parts, because we have 25 different parts that we need to incorporate into our game so far. So I have to create a script for all the parts, a universal script, and then have that act as a sort of easier way to create the parts. So let's just say there's some universal scripts that are used to create the creation portion of the game.
Our project is Meditation Station. It's basically this really interactive 3D VR experience where you go in and rather than having any sort of, basic game plot or purposes, it's basically you just go in there to relax and just kind of,
escape the kind of nasty world we live in right now and just, sort of vibe in there for a few minutes and just relax, take some time off mentally. Being a leader of this project has actually been kind of nice. Like, don't get me wrong, it's incredibly stressful. I stay up very late most nights, getting things sorted out, doing things for David, making sure they're really good for him, because obviously I don't want to come in with not enough. It's very stressful, but honestly, I love my team so much. They make it very easy for me to be their team lead because they listen to the deadlines that I need. They're very good at communicating, not just with me or their individual sort of programming or modeling leads, but also between each other. So they help problem solve things within each other, within the team itself, and without me having to, step in and kind of babysit them all, which is really nice.
So what is Meditation Station all about? How have things been going right now? What are you working on?
Right now, the big challenge that we're figuring out is we have a lot of our base models done. The last thing that we're doing is wrapping up our character models. The problem with the character models, though, is that they obviously have to be animated. Static characters in just about anything is not that fun.
Hi, I'm Kyron Patterson. I am the programming lead of Meditation Station. How do I feel about being programming lead? It's actually kind of difficult. It is a little stressful, but a lot of the times it's actually a lot more fun and a lot more cooperative than you might think. A lot of the time I think we think of leaders as being like, you do this, you do that. But honestly, there's a lot of times where my team actually helps me. And I personally have been the leader of some things before, but never a group this big. So.
What are you programming right now? What's the focus?
So right now, we're basically programming, or I'm programming movement into the actual game. So
player movement or animal movement or creature movement?
Oh, actually both.
Wow.
So player movement, we're pretty much done with that by now, but now making sure that things outside the player movement.
I'm Logan Baker. I'm a game design major, and I work on various things on the project, such as modeling or just ideas in general. So I feel like the project is going very well. We've got some very talented people from the IM department here. I feel really good about this project, and I really think we're getting the idea we were going for when we started, which is just to make a relaxing environment in VR where people can just interact with things and relax.
What kind of things do you model in this? Because it's a meditative experience, so there's a lot of different, I imagine there's a lot of different stuff that goes into that, right?
So there are a lot of people on the art team. Right now, I'm working on an entrance to some ruins that's going to be sort of a background set piece.
I'm Ceci J. Arteaga, and I am the art lead for Meditation Station. So modeling for VR is something I've never done before, and I feel like it's been a really good experience for me to have, especially down the line when I'm doing work stuff. And I feel like the team kind of agrees too, because Catapult is all about doing things you would never be able to do in a classroom.
There's a lot of art that goes into this, right?
Yeah, we're a smaller team, so it's a lot more condensed, but everybody on the team is pulling their weight. It's been great.